Well, if yet I haven't done enough, I'm going to be doing another show that is going to be kind of short in a way, but it's basically with your friend Isaac David Brigmond, also known as the pastor of the Christian Hearts Christian Fellowship online ministry, and it is Cooking with Isaac David Brigmond. This is a show where I do podcasts and recordings of basically me doing recipes that I think you need to know about. And today, a lot of my recipes that I'm going to do that are drink recipes are usually, I don't have a name for them yet, but I did think I wanted to tell you about them. Get you either a coffee maker and buy you some coffee, that goes in the machine. Fine. My preference would be to get some Maxwell House and make you some coffee. Go to either the vitamin section or the workout section. Get what was the name of it? It's a protein powder, basically. I'd suggest what's the brand now? I'm going to suggest, alright. And you could use either strawberry or chocolate. Get the Body Fortress one, and they sell that mostly. I don't know where all they sell them at, but they sell it at Walmart's too. And before I get started, it is February the 8th, 11:18 a.m. And yes, it's still morning, but anyways, I'm going to do this because by doing it early, hey, if any of these recipes turn out to be dinner recipes or lunch recipes, you'd be able to do it. Now look, I say mixed drinks, you're thinking alcohol already. No, I am talking about non-alcoholic mixed drinks. Because I am a Christian, remember? So, Christianity first. The hard stuff, never. Hard stuff is in like nothing to get me in trouble with God or you kind-hearted Christians. Even you elderly people would love these drinks. I mean, come on. If you're an elderly person who happens to listen to this and you live near me and you are addicted to coffee and you're kind-hearted, talk to me because that's somebody I think I would like to be friends with. Like your friend that you wish was your grandson and you sat there and overdosed on coffee and talked a lot and talked about how he wished he had a girlfriend. Okay, I said girlfriend. I don't want you to think I'm gay or nothing. That's another thing. Why does it seem like when a guy is talking about subjects of this nature, you think he's gay all of a sudden? No, if I was gay, you'd know it. And that background noise, as I always say, is Facebook telling me I've got some updates. Updates meaning people putting things on Facebook from their page. Anyway, today is another one of the Isaac David Brigmond specials. I can't say another because if I'm just starting the show, it's an Isaac David Brigmond special. What is that? It is a recipe that I invented that you don't know what it is. But back to the one I said before. Get you that Body Fortress, either the chocolate or the one with the peanut butter or the one with strawberry. Okay. What you do is get you a pitcher. Maybe like, I know I sound weird, but those little moon-shaped with a handle on it? It's a paint trim cup. Well, I use it for a pitcher, so don't get the wrong idea about me. But anyway, what you do is you take and put a little bit of that Body Fortress shake at the bottom of that pitcher and get you some either powdered creamer or liquid creamer, one, and put it in with the shake. Get you some Sweet and Low or either a generic Sweet and Low, like maybe Walmart's brand or whatever, and get you some, after you've made your coffee, take your coffee and pour it in a pool at the bottom of the pitcher. Don't pour the whole thing, just a pool of it. And then take a whisk or some kind of a stir stick and stir that up until it's like pudding. When you have got it like pudding, then pour the rest of your coffee on top of that. Let it cool a little to where it don't scorch your mouth. I mean, you want this recipe this way warm, but you don't want it so warm as to burn your mouth. When it's down to the heat you want, drink that. And that's good. That is a protein shake with warm coffee in it. You could even use, if you didn't want to use the machine coffee, you could use instant coffee and do the same recipe. But just mix your instant coffee in with the powders, like the sweetener, the Body Fortress, and the creamer, if the creamer was powder. If it's not powder, then... And I believe that if you use instant or machine, if you like it, I would go with Maxwell House, because there was a time period where I experimented with coffee, tried different coffees, and then my mom and I happened to be in town together one day, and we went into the grocery section of Walmart's, the nearby Walmart, and she said something about, did I need coffee, and she was saying what kind that she got, and when I decided I'll get that too, I tried it, which I already had some before, but for some reason, at 34-year-old, now I'm like, ooh, Maxwell House is good. I don't know why all of a sudden, but anyhow, there you go. And now, I want y'all to understand that each show that I do, God is involved in it, regardless of what I do. Now, the original attempt I tried to do today for y'all people, that other was a side recipe. Now, sometimes there are main recipes I try to do, and then there'll be like side recipes I'll do. And the side ones is like, if I don't go ahead and tell you these recipes, I'll be done forgotten myself. That kind of thing. Like, here's one I'm doing. And it's, like I said, a Isaac David Brigmond special. The game that goes along with the drink is called Name the Drink Whatever You Want to When You Make It. It doesn't have a specific name. I take, you've probably seen it before this, Maxwell House Instant Coffee. Yes, I have both the instant and the machine coffee, because I figure if you ain't got time for one, you got time for the other. All right. And you take, like I said, the old paint trim cup. I know it sounds funny. I only had to pay $1 for it at Dollar Tree, because for cheap stuff, that's my favorite place. Anyhow, all right. Now, what you do is you take, while you're at the Dollar Tree, if your Dollar Tree sells it, get some. It'll be with a lot of them are starting out now, having at the front of some of the aisles, having like coffee cups that have messages on it, like the one I'm using today says "Best Coffee in Town," which I like the way it looked. It had that faded rustic look, the kind where it looks faded on there in a certain color, like brown or whatever. But anyhow, it says here, buy this box. It has a picture of a coffee cup with some stuff in it, and it says Cappuccino Supreme Mocha Cappuccino. They do say on the packages when you use this stuff that you could actually go to the website that is provided on the back of the packages and order some more products from this company. And that there, I'm not doing a shout out. I'm just saying that it's CappuccinoSupreme.com. Cappuccino Supreme is all one word. Okay. Now, what you do is when you open these packages up, they come in little packages. You save them because they have like things on the back, like a coupon to buy more. Okay. So I put a bit of that. I bought them in 2 boxes because I knew I was going to be using them probably a lot. But now if you've done it like I done, you got you maybe you used the paint trim cup or whatever. You took the coffee, instant coffee, poured enough at the bottom of the paint trim cup to make a bed of it, like enough to give flavor. Then you take your Cappuccino Supreme Mocha Cappuccino packages. I know some of it is not homemade, and some of this is. The homemade part is the fact that I made up this recipe. I understand all that. Bear with me, folks. I'm doing the best I can. Here. Okay. Had to set my mixer down. I'm using a hand mixer or a hand blender, however you want to call it. Now I'm opening up this package of the Mocha Cappuccino stuff. If I can get the package open, get a hole in it. I'll pour it in with the instant coffee. Now do remember, when you get through with doing certain items, you have to take and throw your trash away. Alright. Now, I wad it up or fold it up, or however you want to call it, in your hand. I threw the package away, basically. Alright, back to the recipe at hand. Alright, now you say, is that it? No, you have to have a liquid. Either you use water or you use milk. Depends on your taste. Or a mix of the two. Like a bed of milk and then a bed of water. Meaning a pool of milk and a pool of water, maybe. It depends. Now you could use one or the other. I don't know. Depends on how much milk you got in your thing. If you can't use powdered milk, use liquid milk. If you can't use liquid milk, use powdered milk. But make sure that your milk is fresh, regardless of what it is. Even canned milk would work, but I'd be a little careful of canned milk because too much canned milk ain't good for you. Okay, now I know I got to go back to the store and buy more milk because I'm dangerously low on milk. Dangerously low is a joke for very low, okay? Alright, now, you got those two things there together. Now, I suggest, even though you got your milk there, I know you're thinking that's all you need for a whiting in the situation, besides the sweetener. Well, what we need to do is take this big old container of Coffee Mate, Nestle's Coffee Mate, the powdered kind. Yes, I did say the powdered kind. Get you about, I'm using one of them, those spoons where the handle is a straw? I use that for measurement. Okay, I put 1 scoop of that. 2, I put 3. I did 3 of them. Alright, now, close up this container and put it back where it was. Now, do understand that, I take time out of my day to do these things for you because I love you people. If I didn't, I wouldn't do this stuff. So basically, your enjoyment is my payment because the Lord pays me for all this anyway. Now, you say, how much money you get? I didn't mean it like that. I'm talking about that His reward for me is your joy. All right? All right. Now, I suggest, since I'm using this paint trim cup, to get you about 3, and that sound you hear is me trying to mess with these little sweetener packages. Yes, I decided to take out of the box of 250 packages of sweetener, take 3 of them out. And what we do is we take this. Now do realize this is a multiple choice recipe. It means you could either choose to have it hot or choose to have it cold. You could have it 3 ways actually. Either hot, cold, or room temperature. Now that was me flapping the package of the 3 sweetener packages. Alright. Now folks, you take this and you let this go into the bottom here. Right. Now I just put in my 3 packages of sweetener. And now I'm going to take in, excuse me, I've been having some sinus issues. I'm doing like I said before, put my sweetener into the trash. The empty packages. Now, okay, and I'm going to take, okay, so far we've got instant coffee, the package that I spoke of the mocha cappuccino. I've got the paint trim cup full of milk, some creamer, preferably the coffee made powdered creamer, and remember the instant coffee was Maxwell House, and I got some 3 packages, them little packages of sweetener. So now the large noise we are about to hear is the hand mixer mixing up the ingredients. So don't be alarmed if you hear a lot of noise here, okay? Just realize I'm mixing this stuff up. Alright? Now, plugged it in wrong. Meaning, if you plug it in wrong, it won't go in, period. So, remember. Always remember, if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Because, as I say, if you don't know what you're doing, why try? Alright, now, here we go. Whoops. Making a mess here. Now, do realize, if you're doing it like I'm doing it, it will be a little lumpy. I mean, like little bumps and lumps and things in it. But that's okay. Those, you keep working till you get them out, or either drink them, because it's basically not going to hurt you, because they're basically the lumps and bumps and the things of the powdered creamer you just put in it. Now, let's get back to you people after I've done this. Now, do realize... Hold on, I'll do it one more time. Okay. Now, I will now take this out. I'm going to put this right here in the styrofoam cup. Hope it don't fall down. Alright, now standing up in the styrofoam. Now, the moment of truth. To find out from the actual inventor of this drink, what does it taste like to him? Dum da dum 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 da dum. Now, that sound on this show is moment of truth time. Wow! You know what? Has a nutty flavor, like a pecan flavor to it. So, in other words, this recipe gives you a thumbs up by the inventor of it. You know what they say? If the inventor made it and he likes the recipe, then the recipe is good. It is good to me. It's good. So, moral of the story is, this recipe passes for a drink. And you have your options. You can either drink from the paint trim cup, or you can use it as a pitcher. And I suggest if you use it for one, then stick with that. If you use it for the other, stick with that, or both. But make sure it's clean. If you're than for other people. For yourself, you have to still be clean, but not as bad as you would with other people. But do realize all these drinks do come with a price. Drink too much of them and you will be sick, or either your guts will not hold much in them because you've overdosed your guts on this coffee drinks. This is considered a coffee drink. But being that you added the instant mocha cappuccino, it is a coffee drink mixed with a mocha cappuccino instant product, or an instant mocha cappuccino. But it is still good. You could, if you wanted to, add that protein shake to it, or drink this as it is. Do realize this is something you could even serve to your kids if they're at the stage in life where coffee is okay for them. If it's not, don't worry about it. Also, I want y'all to know that I will try hard to get guests on my show for cooking and other shows I do that have to do with the topic. And do realize that if a guy does a show and he invites a family member or a friend or a professional on, do not think less of him. He done this because he's trying to give you quality recipes, and if he finds these recipes quality, then what's the point? Or what's the problem? But there you go. But do realize, if your milk is already cold, then you've got your cooling agent right there. If your milk is not cool, okay. But the blending method on this kind of gives it a cool down period. And you can also take your hand mixer and use it for beating eggs. You could put raw eggs in this recipe if you're trying to make it. I guess with the raw eggs, we could call it a Rocky Balboa coffee. Or a Rocky Balboa instant cappuccino mix or whatever. You could give it any name you want to. I wouldn't put alcohol in it. But if you're going to do it anyway, please use non-alcoholic alcohol. You say, what is that? Like beer with no alcohol? I really don't think you need alcohol, folks, because you're just going to slow yourself down in life. Because beer slows down people to the point of, huh? And we don't need that. Alcohol does that. I suggest you just use this. No, but I tell you a mixed drink that it's not for fun. It's for a homemade medical. It's basically homemade medicine. Okay, here is a mixed drink that is homemade medicine. Mix you some vinegar with water and drink that. That's good for you. But you could also take that same mixed drink and use it as an additive in your laundry. Put the laundry detergent into the washing machine. Put the laundry detergent in the washing machine, and then go right behind that and put in there some vinegar that's been diluted in water. And those things mixed together with the water somehow causes your clothes to be a lot more cleaner. And think about it. Vinegar is about like a cleaning agent you can actually digest, which is a good thing. Now, if you really want to use alcohol biblically in today's world, what you call using alcohol in manners that makes God happy with you. God did not say don't use alcohol. He just said don't drink it. If you clean with it or cook with it, God's okay with that. But if you drink it and try to get drunk, no. Communion, yes. Drink it to get drunk? No. Like, for instance, you could use it for, like vodka. You could take vodka, dilute it with water, and you have a cleaning agent. But, anyhow, also I want to tell y'all something here. Here's a recipe that I'm willing to share with you, lovely people, because I know your kids will love it. Because when I first made it, it's another Isaac David Brigmond special. You name it what you want to, but it goes like this. Get you some rice. If it's instant rice, cook it in the microwave as the instructions tell you to. If it's stovetop rice, cook it like you're supposed to. And get you some. I use that bisque that had the mushrooms in it. You know, the one they sell for microwave use at grocery stores. It's Campbell's. And you either can use some ground beef or canned beef. And you can get real onions or either the dried onions. And cook your rice till it is fully cooked. Then take your meat, cook the meat either by itself or in with the rice. And then when you get that done, put that soup in there, cook it in there. And then, but make sure you got some water in there too, because, you know, after you've, so then when you get all that stuff cooked up together, you could cook in your onions in the whole mix or use the dried onions and then serve that. Once you've tried that, you will say, wow, this is good. And it is good because I've done it before. Wouldn't have told you that recipe if it wasn't good to me. You could, I guess, add other things in there if you wanted to, like bell peppers, or you could use Lipton's soup mix along with the mushroom soup. I like that mushroom soup that I said, because if you're in a hurry and want a good instant soup to make, just get you some of that. You've probably seen it before. It's that slow cook soup, and it's some kind of a bisque with mushrooms in it. It's like a mushroom soup bisque-like recipe. But I tried it one time, and I got addicted to it. Well, it's pretty good. I recommend that. And I say that each company that comes up with a good idea, keep on going with it. Also, I got a recipe before I leave, this dip recipe. Get you some of that chili with the beans in it that goes on hot dogs. You know, like hot dog chili with the beans in it. Get you some of that cheese queso-like dip. You know, like the spicy cheese dip. And get you some of the French fried onions, and take those and mix them together. And when you mix them together, stick them in the microwave for a while. When you get through, you will have you a good dip. Try that, especially for your holiday parties and for your sports parties. Well, I've got to go. I do love you, and I pray that each person that listens to my shows will be encouraged to turn to God for their cooking, for their spiritual life, and for their overall life. And I just pray that you'll take what I say to heart and love what I say and do what I say, because what I say is what God says. And I pray this in your name, in the name of all that's in heaven. Amen. Thank you, and this is Isaac Brigmond with Cooking with Isaac David Brigmond.